Hi everyone, you're on with your girl, Andrew the Actionist with Inspire for Purpose. And I want to talk to you all today about seeing beyond. Like you had it, but you just didn't know it. And I want to share a little story with you all because I've been kind of stuck there for a little bit, not really realizing and recognizing the things that I actually have, because I didn't quite see it. People around me saw it, but I didn't see it. And because I didn't see it, I felt like I had no value. I felt like I had no worth. And so let's just take a moment to actually see the things that you have. So one of my things is that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, not because it was something that I actually thought up on my own, but it was because of the circle of people that I was kind of hanging out with, and they were all entrepreneurs and kind of making it happen. I was in the military during this time, and so my life was totally focused on the military mission, not anything outside of that. I was short-sighted. I could only see the things that were right before me and what we were doing with the military. And I was very happy and very pleased with that. But as my time began to draw a little bit nearer or closer to me getting out of the military, I quickly realized that I needed to have a game plan. And I did have, a game plan. Like I had already achieved my graduate degrees and had different certifications and kind of had my life mapped out as to how it was going to move forward for me. And then as I began to get more out into the civilian sector, I began to realize that there was a whole nother world out there, and it was bigger than me. And I felt kind of unglued and unsure of some choices that I had set in motion for myself. And so I began to quickly pray and say, hey, I want this and I want that, and so on and so forth. And I was just praying for these things and just really just going all in, right? Day after day, time after time, just really pressing in because I wanted these things for myself. So I'm praying to God, sending out the good energy, all the things, the positive affirmations, setting my mind on the right things, all of this stuff. And until one day I was sitting and I was thinking, and I realized that some of the things that I was praying for, y'all, I already had it. And here I am trying to make it happen. You see, one of those things was real estate. So in my 20s, I actually bought a condo. I bought a property and I lived in that property. And it wasn't the state in which I wanted to live in, which was Virginia at the time, but it was on my to-do list. See, I always carry around a little notebook, no matter where I am, what I'm doing. I always have a little notebook. And in my notebook, I'm always writing down my goals, and I write them down quarterly because sometimes daily can be a little overwhelming. So I write them down quarterly. So I have a few things on my docket to take care of and to try to accomplish. And so that was one of the things that I did. It was to purchase a property. And so I did. I quickly got deployed shortly after I bought the property, and didn't even go back to Virginia. Actually moved to California because that's where the military sent me. And so it was like, what am I going to do with this property? And so I ended up renting the property. It wasn't anything that I thought of, guys, nothing. It was my real estate agent at the time, who was amazing and still is amazing. She said, hey, I can manage your property. We can make this happen and you can go on to California and live your best life. And I was nervous about that because I began to read up about all the horror stories of squatters and all of that stuff. And I kid you not, that stuff happened to me later on after I had purchased a few more properties, but it happened to me. And so I took a chance, right? Because, my real estate agent, her name is Sherry, by the way, she's amazing. And so I took a chance and I let her manage the property, and that it went fine. It went great. And I noticed that I was making extra money. And you know what? That was one of the things that I was praying about, making extra money, having extra money, that I didn't have to work a second job to, break my back and, be super tired and drained and not be able to enjoy the fun things and the activities in a day to day. And so that actually happened, but it didn't click in my mind that that had actually happened. But it did, right? Even being an entrepreneur, right? Because I didn't have my business or my real estate, my property, my home set up in any kind of entity. Didn't even think about it, right? Didn't even dawn on me. But I had been praying, like, I want to, have multiple, real estate properties, investment properties, and things of that nature. I want to be a business owner. That was my thing. That was my prayer. I want to be a business owner. I don't want to work for anybody else after this whole military gig is up. I want to do it for me on my own. And so that was one of the things that I was praying too. Mind you, it had already happened, but I don't know. I didn't realize or recognize that it had actually happened. And so I say all of that to say this is that sometimes you got to stop. How they say stop and smell the flowers. You got to stop and smell the flowers. You got to stop and wake up and think about the things that you're praying for and that you're interceding for and fasting for and asking other people to help you pray and help make it come. See what's already happened in your life. That was just one example. I have limitless examples of things that I've been praying and seeking God for, and it's already happened. And so when I realized that it had happened, I was ecstatic. I was like, oh my goodness, I am a business owner. I am an entrepreneur. I am making multiple streams of passive income, and I'm not even taking on a second job, like not doing anything extra than all the jobs that they had me doing in the military, of course, because you just don't have one job in the military, you have multiple jobs. But so doing all those jobs in the military and only getting one paycheck, that ain't right, y'all. We probably need to talk to Congress about that. I swear I had about 7 jobs. I digress. But I say all of that again to say this is take time and stop and think about all the blessings, all the things that you have asked God for in the past and how he's actually delivered. Like when you stop and think about it, you're going to get so excited. I'm already excited for you. Can't you tell? I'm like, oh, yay. Because you're going to realize and know like he actually gives you the things that you ask for. He actually answers you and he's happy to do so. So, that story in the Bible where it talks about like how Jesus healed all the lepers, right? And the one guy came back to thank him. Well, be like that guy, right? Come back and give gratitude. Don't be like all the other ones that was like, whoa, I'm healed. Yay, got my healing. Let's go. And they completely forgot. That was me, y'all. I was like the other lepers. I was like those lepers, the one that forgot all that he had done and all that he had given. And so, by taking time to stop and smell those flowers, I quickly realized that, he has really like showed up and showed out, as people say, in my life. Like the tests that I've been through have now become my testimony as I'm sharing it with you today. And the mess that I've been through is now, as they say, my message. And I'm giving you that message freely today. Go and share this video, right? And let other people know about the message, okay? So that you can, just thrive and be all that you need to be in this life. So I hope that you'll stop and think today and that you'll take the moment and think about all the things that God has truly answered and blessed you with today and go back and give him thanks. Not tomorrow, not later on, because you can do it now. Even if you're at work and you weren't even supposed to be on this video, you can stop in your mind and whisper under your voice and say, thank you, Lord. He'll be happy to hear from you. So as always, love and light. You've been on with Ciandra the Actionist with Inspire for Purpose. We love you. Love and light, and God bless.